Hello, friend. I recorded a video, the first video in a long time, and I was rewatching it and realized that the sound quality is terrible and that I left a few things out that probably might pertain to what I'm doing. But the reason I was doing daily videos or as often as I could originally was because my best friend lived out of state. Well, she's moved back. And so that's one of the reasons that I didn't feel the need to do videos as frequently. And then the kids were home, and I did not have time, and I didn't make time to do videos. But I just wanted to say that from doing the videos before, there were many new people that have come into my life, and they would comment, and I felt like I was connecting to people, and I want to do that. That's what I want to do. I want to connect to people. And so now I'm able to see my best friend and connect with her. I still want to, document things and connect with people. And then I really truly apologize for the sound quality of the video that I recorded that I'm going to go ahead and put up, because I truly don't know when I'll be able to do another one. I should be able to do them fairly frequently, but life has a way of, ups and downs. So I just want to let you know that if you watch the video and don't be alarmed that will be the quality that you can expect from me. It should be much better. So we're all having a learning experience, I suppose. I hope that you'll leave me a message that you got something interesting from this catch up, and I look forward to being with you again soon. All right, here we go. Enjoy. Hi, it's me, Sarah B. It's been a long time. It's Sunday afternoon. I just got off work. I worked a 16-hour shift and had an 8-hour break, and then I worked a 16-hour shift. So I'm on my way home. And my life is changing. Didn't think I was going to be able to get back into doing videos, even though it was something that I wanted to do, because the end of summer into May, I took the kids out of school because school ended, and then I knew I was going to have them home for the summer, and then we were going to go back to a private Christian school, but the money, it was just too much, and so I ended up deciding to try to homeschool. Well, it didn't work. I admire teachers. I admire anyone who can make my 7-year-old willingly complete any task. It's one of those cases where you don't get you don't get the respect in your own home, maybe, that you would somewhere else. I'm not sure. Anyway, he knew that he was going to have to either be homeschooled or he was going to have to go back to school. And he said he wanted to be homeschooled, but it didn't. We tried a couple of different ways, and it did not work. Sorry, hang on. Here we go. I'm at a stoplight right now. Sorry. So, recently, it's the beginning of September, recently, the decision was made that they should go back to school, but in this case, it was going to be public school because the funding still was not there for the private Christian school that they had been in. And that caused me a tremendous amount of anxiety, because that is not what my husband and I wanted. But we've given it over in prayer, and I have released it to God, and if this is not where he wants the kids to be and not what they want them to do, that he will make a path for what he wants. We want his will. They have to be educated. And so my little ones turned 7, 5, and 1 in August, all of them in August. I turned 52 in August. And So yeah, they're in kindergarten and second grade in a public school, and it's only been a couple of days, but they seem to really enjoy it. They wake up happy to get up and go, and they come home happy, and they go to bed looking forward to the next day. So as a mama, that is all anybody can really hope to achieve with their children, honestly, is for them to be happy and healthy and looking forward to what's to come. But what that means for me is now it's just me and the 1-year-old at home between 8 a.m. and 3 p.m. Monday through Friday. Of course, we just started this. Last week was the first week, and we only had a couple of days. So I am looking forward to a stretch of time where it's just me and the little one. And that is, I have been home Monday through Friday, home alone with not only my kids, my grandkids, which I have custody of and I'm raising, but my kids, but also the little girl on the end of our street, or our block rather. She's the same age as my 7-year-old, and so, well, they were both 6 at the beginning of summer, so I had 2 6-year-olds, and then I would have sometimes my other grandson, so 2 5 or 4-year-olds, and then the baby. Sometimes I would have the little girl's sister, who is 12, sometimes her brother. Sometimes the house was so full of kids some days. And so I've been many days, endless summer days with children by myself until my husband gets home from work. That's maybe something that somebody wants for themselves, but it's never been anything that I want. I want it for myself. It's not how I thought my life was going to be. Homeschooling was not something that I thought I wanted to do, and I was right that I was not meant to homeschool, but whatever. Let's see here. Got some traffic situations just to please. Okay. Sorry, I just wanted to focus on that bit of road there. So yeah, I got some of my freedom, so to speak, back. My 1-year-old and I think this is going to be so good for him, because when everyone was home, the little kids were picking him up and moving him around and asking to hold him, and that's all got fine and well and good. But my attention was often diverted to other things, feeding 6 kids, feeding, and not just feeding, but we were going to the local pool as often as we could, and so preparing for that, it was just a lot. But we had a fantastic summer, and then homeschooling, I discovered immediately that I was going to require much more of my attention than I had anticipated. And so baby Jack was just kind of left to his own devices, which he was fine. He was playing and everything. But now he gets my undivided attention, which he probably never remembers having, because when he was born in August of 24, he was a baby that first summer, and then the kids went back to school in August or September of 24. So they were in school, and I was able to just be me and the baby at home during the day, which was fantastic. And then here comes everybody. So I don't know if I'm being clear or not, but basically I have more time. Apparently I have a lot more time, because I'm thinking that I can start to get back into videos again, which is something, like I said, I wanted to do. So what has changed since, I think my last video would have been at the end of the school of the year last year. I don't really know, but so over the summer, we spent as many days as possible at the pool. We got a family pass, and we only went camping a couple of times. Not even sure why that is, except for I decided I did not want to go by myself, and getting other people. My aunt had some surgeries and things, getting other people to be able to be available that wanted to go and were okay with helping kids was not, it just didn't work out this year, which is unfortunate. But yeah, so it's been a very busy summer, going places and doing things, just really spending as much time outside as possible. And then, yeah, I've gained a lot of weight. I think that the biggest part of my problem is my sleep schedule is really, really jacked up. I stay up late because then I'm by myself. I am an introvert, and I don't get refueled, so to speak, spending time with people, including my kids. And if I don't get time by myself, then I just it starts to wear on me. And so I found is the best time for that was when everybody was in bed. But then I'd stay up late, have to get up early because kids are generally earlier risers than not. And I've been shorting myself sleep. And then I would get frustrated because I couldn't get on top of the house. It was constantly in disarray. It was about 3 weeks ago. I finally decided to be an adult and recognize the fact that if I did not get up before my children, like significantly before my children, that I just was not able to I started to feel really stressed. I couldn't get to the dishes and the laundry and the housekeeping, sweeping the floors to make sure that the baby wasn't going to be picking all kinds of stuff up off the floor, that kind of thing. I couldn't get to those things if I got up when the kids got up. And so I started setting my alarm for a little bit earlier and a little bit earlier, and I found that when I do get up, normally I like to try to get up, not normally, this is still kind of new for me, honestly, but my first alarm is set for 6:15. And depending on what I have going on or what I was able to get done the day before, I'll either get up then or I will get up about 6:45. But it's before the kids get up, and it allows me to get that load of laundry and get the dishes out of the dishwasher and refill it and get the floors cleaned up, so that at least when the kids get up, the house is in not so much of a disarray, and I'm able to focus on them and not feel the stress of we can't go outside because I need to do this and this and this. So that is something. But what that means is I have to go to bed by 10 o'clock and go to sleep. I can't be on my phone. I can't be reading a book. I have to fight that temptation because that's what I want to do. And I just have to remind myself that I'm spending the time getting up early. If I get up early, if I get up at 6, nobody else gets up until at least 7:30, then that gives me an hour and 15 minutes. An hour, 6 to 7:30, that's an hour and a half. But that was before school started. And so I'm having to readjust because they have to get up at 7 to get ready for school. We have to leave at 7:45. Thankfully, the school provides breakfast and lunch for free, so I don't have to worry about feeding them, which is a blessing. Getting lunches prepared or whatever. But so if I'm going to get up and get everything done before they get off, then I'm going to have to get up even earlier, or I may be able to just do the stuff that I need to do when it's just me and Jack at home. So I kind of have to figure that routine out. But I still have to go to bed by 10. Regardless of when I get up, I have to go to bed so I can get enough sleep. The other thing about my weight, I have gained weight. I don't even want to talk about it really, but I was thinking, because they keep trying, every doctor I see tries to get me to take a GLP-1. And I'm hesitant to do that because I don't think it's been tested enough. I don't know enough about all the side effects, all that stuff. I'm just not comfortable with something I'll have to do lifelong. You know what, just today, I was thinking, you can either give yourself a shot every day for the rest of your life, or you can eat keto for the rest of your life. Neither one of them are easy. Neither one of them are going to be easy to do long term. But you know, I know for myself, if I eat keto, it will keep my blood sugar in control and I will lose some weight. I'm hoping that I can get to the point where I'll feel like moving more. Because when you get as heavy as I am, I'm heavy. When you get as heavy as I am, you don't feel like moving. But I have to be able to move for these babies. I have to be able to get up and go. And I do get up and go, and I do move. It's just not easy, and it's not comfortable, and I just find myself pretty uncomfortable with my body right now, and I don't like that at all. My highest weight I've ever been. Highest weight I've ever been. So I realized today, you know, keto is hard because I love bread. I'm not so much on sugar anymore. Occasionally I like sugar, but I've discovered that it's not, I've gone enough sugar-free days that it's not something that consumes me anymore. I don't feel like, there have been days when I feel like I have to have sugar or you know, it's just an obsession or whatever, but I don't have that problem anymore, thankfully. But I've not really focused on what I'm eating or the quantity of what I'm eating so much that I should. So I think I'm going to try to do Atkins / keto low carb, because like I said, I can either do a GLP-1, which is the shot, and do it for the rest of my life to maintain any weight loss that I have, or I can eat a diet that I don't really love, but is, you know, which choose your poison. Choose your poison. I've got to do something, and now that I have more time free to myself, and I'm not constantly around so many people, I feel like now's a good time to make some changes. Now it's and the weather's getting cooler. It's the beginning of September. The temperatures are gradually, you know, dropping, sometimes significantly. I mean, just a few weeks ago, we had 90-degree weather, and now we have 70 for a high. But yeah, so I think the first thing I need to focus on is sleep. The next thing I need to focus on is my calories and of the way that I eat, making it as low carb as possible. I'm not intermittent fasting right now. I'm not restricting right now. I think and I'm not going to do that right away. I think until I hit like a plateau, I think the first thing I need to do is just cut out all carbs, like bread carbs, and see what happens from there. I've got to do something. Otherwise, I'm either going to have to get a gastric bypass surgery or a GLP-1. Anyway, that's about it. As far as, hey, what you up to? Yeah. I'm going to enjoy this beautiful afternoon and a little bit of quiet that I have before I get home and have to. Sunday afternoon, I'm going to fix supper, and then I'll be bath and bed for everybody because we've got school in the morning. And make sure, gotta get back in the routine, gotta make sure they've got clothes for tomorrow. Everybody knows where their shoes are at. That's a big thing in our house. I've tried a shoe rack, a huge shoe rack. I've tried baskets. This is a shoe spot, but for some reason, my little people they drop one shoe here and then they throw another one there, and they can't find their shoes hardly ever. I'm constantly finding them in weird places and picking them up. Anyway, don't know how often I'm going to try to do a video, but I have 744 subscribers right now, and I'd like to try to get to over 1,000 and get monetized. If I can have a little extra money through, this avenue, maybe the kids can go back to private school. That would be fantastic. I would love that. I think I would love that.
I think I would love that. But regardless, you know, we can always use a little extra money. Money, money, money. All right, friend. I hope that we will connect again very soon. I hope that you are well, and I would love to hear how you're doing. Leave me a word on what you've been up to the last few months, and hopefully we will